Welcome to the Collaborative Lives in Context, or CLIC, Blackboard Shell series. This is session 2. In this session, teams will be developing a needs assessment for their target site, creating a PBL plan, asking the target site to review the plan, and will present their work in a WebEx. Teams will also be developing their Google Docs folder in Google Drive. So let's just take a really quick look at Google Drive and get a refresher on how to create a folder and start all your files. In order to access Google Drive, you will need a Gmail account. You can simply create one and then use that to come up, click on the icon for Drive, and open up the Drive file. From there, I'm going to create my folder. I will give my folder a name, hit create, and you'll see where now I have the guided tutorial folder. I can click on that folder, come over and upload any files that may be included in my final project. From there, I can share my file with whomever I want to share it with. I can invite people in, hit done, and I have my documents within my Google folder. I can take that Google folder and make sure that my peers, my teammates, as well as my professors have access to it. I'd go into the Final Project Sign Up, type in the title of my project, then I would highlight and link the Google folder to the sign up page. Future students or future organizations could then use that link to go back and review my work in my folder. Let's go ahead and look within the session. We'll start with the needs assessment. The needs assessment is a crucial step in developing your team's project. The team will want to seek feedback from the target site as well as the contacts during the step. When properly completed, the team can save a lot of time during the designing and implementation steps of the process. The team may need to create a survey in order to collect data for the needs assessment. Teams can either use Google Forms or go to surveymonkey.com and create a survey in order to collect the data for their needs assessment. When you click on the needs assessment link, it'll bring you into this template. You can go through and read the template and just fill it out. I'll show you an example of the folder for We Are the Change CLIC PBL project that was completed in spring of 2014. Under CLIC Plans, we would see our planning folders or planning documents. From there, we would go to our need, and you can see our needs statement that was filled out after we interviewed our contact sites. We even attached our survey to the end of our needs assessment so that any future students or organizations could come back and see the survey that we used to assess our needs and fill out our form. Let's take a look at the project-based learning template. When completing the project-based learning team template, teams will want to think about what it is they're trying to accomplish. Teams will want to identify the driving questions that will be addressed by the project, the objectives that are to be mastered, the events and materials that will be facilitated in the project, and the form of assessment that will be used to measure performance. During this time, the team will also be writing out their learning objectives and learning outcomes. Learning outcomes are statements that specify what learners will know or be able to do as a result of a learning activity. Outcomes are usually expressed as knowledge or skills or attitudes. A learning objective is an explicit statement that clearly expresses what the student will be able to do after taking a course. It is an observable and measurable student outcome statement. This is an example of a learning objective that was written for the guided tutorial at the beginning of this shell. You can use the guidance on developing learning outcomes, learning objectives, and creating learning objectives resources back within Session 2 to help your team write their learning objectives. The WebEx is one of the final deliverables or activities that you will be doing in Session 2. Teams will be expected to present their project's progress in a WebEx session. It is suggested that team members take notes, ask questions, seek feedback, and above all, listen. This is a great way to get ideas and possible contacts for their projects for this CLIC as well as future ones. Let's review the deliverables and activities one last time. Deliverables for this session are as follows. You'll want to complete the needs statement. Your project-based learning planning template should be in progress, and you should have the first portion of the plan completed through contacts and learning objectives. Activities to be completed in Session 2 is the WebEx, the first meeting, and informal progress presentation. As always, if you need any help or guidance, or just have a question, do not hesitate to contact your professors.